I'm on a journey to become the most proficient music producer that I can be. So I'm making every hip hop subgenre. Let's see what we're going to make today. Today's genre. Hip house. Okay. This is one I'm not super familiar with, but I do know a little bit. I'm going to go look into it, do some research, do some listening, and then we'll be back to make a beat. I am back after doing some research and listening to some hip house, and I've got to say, it's not at all what I was expecting. I guess I was expecting like some 2010s kind of four on the floor house chords with rapping over it. But this was quite a bit different. Hip house is, of course, a blend of hip hop and house music that originated in the mid to late 80s. There's some controversy over which song was the first hip house song. Turn Up the Bass by Tyree Cooper, claiming to be the first one. And then the Beatmasters' Rock the House track, which had come out a little bit before that. They claimed, no, we were first. So it sounds like they were first. Songs like It Takes Two, Yo Yo Get Funky, Pump Up the Jam. These are all hip hop or hip house songs that were popular at the time. Songs you've probably all heard before. But then getting into modern hip house, this was what surprised me. They talk about artists like LMFAO and Pitbull, Tiesto, which I guess is not what I was expecting at all. That's just, I don't know, electro pop or dance pop music. So that was kind of surprising that they classified that as hip house. So with that said, I'm going to try and make more of the 80s version of it and see what I can do. All right, let's make the beat. I got Logic opened up and I pulled in a Roland 909 kit, which I think will work well for this. A lot of the songs use drum loops that they sampled from other songs. Some of the songs use a drum machine. Could go either way. I want to use a drum machine for this one and make a simple house beat. I think 125 feels about right for what I want to do. So we'll start there, maybe change the tempo later. Four on the floor kick, of course, is going to be pretty straightforward. Just quantize that a little bit. I never like to quantize my stuff all the way. I don't know in this genre if that's a good or bad thing to do. That's just my preferences. I only quantize like 50 to 75%. Just to get it closer, but to still have a nice feel to it. All right, now that I've got my kick drum recorded in, one thing I just found out, if I have all my drums in this group folder here, if you right click and separate by note pitch, that'll just send it down to the channel. So I can come up here and still play the whole kit on my drum pad. And then if I right click and separate it by note pitch, then it'll send it out to each track. Okay, let's see, maybe some percussion to put in here. Double the length of that, and then I'll just have that snare roll happen at the end of 4 bars instead of every 2 bars. And maybe I'll pan that to the left just for fun. I'm going to do the bass line next. I'll play in a bass line and then we'll find the instrument for it. Okay, that's pretty good. And then I think, let me try this. Yeah, that's perfect. I like the bass sound. Maybe there's one that's a little better. Not that one. Be right back. I gotta take a piss. Okay, this is getting good. This is getting a lot better. Well, I've spent most of my time working on the drums and the bass, which is good because, I mean, that's the foundation of the song. Getting those sounds correct is going to make the song sound like it's in the right era, like it's from the right genre. Let's continue and see. I got to work on the keys and find a couple other elements that are going to make this track finished. All right, messing with the keyboard, and I think I like this sound a little bit better. Okay, sweet. I've been working on this vocal shout. A lot of these songs, It Takes Two, and what's the other one called? Yo-Yo Get Funky. Use the same sample, which the sample is Think About It by Lynn Collins. And it's got this whoop, yep, whoop. So I was trying to do something similar in this track. So I found this vocal shout and put a few different effects on it. The one thing that I did that made this really cool is, so the sample itself is actually kind of long. So that's the sample itself. But what I did is I made the modulation wheel affect the sample start because it's so long. I wanted two different shouts basically out of this. So when the modulation wheel's down, it's going to get the whoop. And then when the modulation wheel's up, it's going to get the tail end, the whoa. And then also with the modulation wheel, I made it affect the pitch. So that the pitch is a little varied between the beginning and end. I wanted it to sound like two separate samples. So that did that. And then just a little space and a little saturation to make this. And then within the beat, other than that, changed up the bass for the main chorus part. Added this in, which is just sustained chords for the chorus section. I'm going to work on formatting out, mixing it a little bit, and then we'll be back to hear the final version. All right, I am back after doing some mixing and mastering, formatting out the beat. This one was kind of tough for me. The sound selection, getting the sound design correct, was the hardest part. Being a genre that I'm not super familiar with. I mean, I knew the songs when I heard them, but it's something I've never made. That made it a little tough, but I think the beat came out cool. Sounds like something from that era, hopefully. Let me know down in the comments if I got it correct or if I totally messed it up and you think I should do it again. Or I should just delete this video. Let me know. Let's listen to the final beat, though.